Hello, I'm Keith Kreischer, the Executive Director of the IoT M2M Council, or IMC, and I'm here at CES 2026 speaking with Mersad Cavcic, who is Chief Product Officer at Globalstar, one of the hot satellite communication companies out there. First of all, Mersad, we're here at the big show. How's the show going for you guys?
It's super exciting. I think the buzz is back after the COVID and a couple of years of things, slowing down a little bit.
Right.
The energy is high. We have actually a booth just a couple of maybe 10, 20 feet down from where we're sitting right here. We're really excited to be here, and so far so good.
Great stuff, great stuff. Talk to us about two-way satellite communication. That's something you guys are really on top of, introducing here at the show. From your perspective, what's accelerating the focus on two-way communication technology?
Yeah, I'll say maybe a couple of things even before we go there, just in the context of satellite IoT communication.
Okay.
Right? IoT, I think, slowly and surely has fulfilled a lot of promises. Maybe it took a little bit longer than the industry anticipated. For us on the satellite side of things, right? Obviously, the market is not as significant, but it is really meaningful. Primarily because if you think about, the Earth's surface, about 85% or so of Earth's surface does not have cellular coverage, right? So what we've seen, for the last couple of decades that we've been offering satellite IoT connectivity is there are various use cases that really kind of demand that connectivity outside of, where people usually live and similar. Because unlike people, where we kind of congregate typically together, close together, and as a result, cellular coverage kind of are focused on the areas
right.
where we're at. Our most prized assets, whether it's personal, certainly on the enterprise side of things, they tend to be anywhere and everywhere, and they often end up in the areas of no cellular coverage. So for companies like us, for Globalstar, being able to offer solutions, IoT solutions, to that group is really, really exciting, and also very, very important for those customers. When it comes to one-way connectivity, two-way, for a long time, for us at Globalstar especially, what customers really cared about is geolocation of these assets that they're wanting to track. Right? So one-way communication was really effective, especially when you consider sort of link budget limitations of satellite connectivity compared to cellular. Right? You want to put together solutions that are low cost, low power, that are going to be out there, that are going to be delivering the data that the customers are looking for. So, that's kind of what we've done for the last decade, a little bit more, right? Provide that capability and provide really GPS tracking information for various use cases. A little bit more than that when it comes to oil and gas and similar, but that's where things sit. I would say what's changing right now with a demand for two-way communications is the idea that a lot of the enterprises are saying like, hey, I'd like to do a little bit more. Like my GPS location is really critical, but I'd like to have the ability to maybe change the configuration of a recording, right? So I want to be able to send a message to the device while it's out there, and maybe I was tracking my asset twice a day, but there's forest fires happening in a particular area, and I'd like to really know what's happening with my asset a little bit more often, and I can send a message and change the configuration and be able to get additional information that's going to help me decide what I'm going to really operationally do. Right? In addition to that, I think command control is obviously a huge set of opportunities. There are a large number of assets that end up in the area of no cellular coverage.
And command control, is that the specific problem? You guys have a new module. It's the RM200M,
right,
which of course is a single stack, two-way module. Is command and control the specific problem that the RM200M is solving?
Yeah, I think for us at Globalstar, that's the expansion that we really wanted to pursue.
Right.
We currently have more than 500,000 devices connected on our Globalstar network, primarily with one-way capability, right? So we've kind of figured out, I think, that part of the market really well. We've optimized the power consumption, we've optimized the cost. A lot of our customers really kind of get a ton of benefit from that side. What we've now realized is there's a large number of customers that really need that command and control capability, that in addition to that want the configuration change capability. And what we've done is we've listened carefully what the customers were saying and said like, hey, we'd love to have the same power consumption profile, cost profile on the hardware side of your one-way, but with two-way capability. So we've upgraded our network. In 2025, we launched RM200, which is a module, single stack that not only provides two-way connectivity over satellite for IoT devices, but it actually from the same platform can connect to cellular networks, both public and private. So it's really a platform for always-on connectivity, and we're really excited to offer that to our customers and to the greater market.
And compared to the traditional cellular-only approach, how is Globalstar, improving on that with this new technology introduction?
Yeah, we've focused quite a bit on kind of merging the worlds of satellite connectivity and cellular connectivity. We hear from various customers that they have a lot of interest in figuring out how to connect their devices when they're in area of no cellular coverage. They love the idea of the reach that satellite brings kind of to the table. But another set of customers, and sometimes actually the same set of customers, say but we also love the cost per message that we see with the cellular technology, right? So what we're doing with RM200 really is creating a platform, offering it to our customers so they can develop on top of that allows them to explore total cost of ownership models that will work in every scenario for always-on connectivity. I think we've moved from hey, I want to solve just a particular problem as an enterprise to I would like to have always-on connectivity capability so that anytime, under any circumstance, maybe my cellular coverage has a temporary outage, but I still want to be able to connect. In a scenario like that, RM200 is a phenomenal product. We're getting a ton of interest from various customers. And what I would say it also represents is kind of an early representation of that kind of convergence between satellite and cellular before the whole industry started getting excited about NTN networks, 3GPP-based NTN solutions. I think a lot of that is still maturing and it's going to continue taking a little bit of time. Right. We are here now offering the solution and allowing our customers to create their, kind of their own solutions to the problems that they're facing.
Obviously, it's a whole new world out there, but what are the use cases that you and Globalstar expect to see for this technology coming forward?
There are various use cases, I think, that we're seeing from kind of oil and gas and being able to use that two-way connectivity. My favorite use case is really container tracking because it's so challenging, right? These containers end up, over the oceans, they're on the rail, transported across the country in areas where there is no coverage. Price sensitivity is real, like it is for all IoT, right? So, we had that somewhere in the back of our mind as we were trying to outline the capabilities of RM200, right? Being able to automatically switch between satellite network and cellular network depending on where you're located, least cost routing considerations, and similar. So I think that's one use case that we're especially excited about. There are a number of other things. Two others I would maybe mention is one is animal tracking, livestock and wild animals as well. There's a lot of interest in kind of figuring that out, building some additional, kind of AI-driven intelligence at the edge, if you want. And what I really mean by that is grazing patterns of animals in remote areas, kind of monitoring health as a result, extracting certain insights that helps farmers figure out really what they want to change in terms of how they take care of their animals. The other one, really big, you actually can see it around us just maybe 50 feet down from where we're sitting. Huge use case that's up and coming is drones. Right. Both commercial.
We can hear them.
You can almost hear them. And I would say both on the commercial side as well as on kind of government military side. There are a ton of applications that are just getting a lot of value out of satellite IoT capability. We're really excited actually to meet a lot of customers that are focused on that particular market vertical at CES.
I believe it. Hey, once again, I'm Keith Kreischer, the IMC, here talking to Mersad Cavcic of Globalstar. Mersad, thanks for coming by. And
Keith, thank you so much.
Have a great show.
This was great. You as well.